so relaxing out here. Hey y'all! Happy Saturday! How y'all doing today? It's your girl Shavita, the Behavior and Learning Strategist, coming at you from the Work on Women Growth Institute. We are all on a growth journey, and I want to talk to you today about helping your child develop an achievement mindset, which is definitely a growth journey. Okay? It's important to understand in the beginning that we want to grow into something amazing. But in the beginning, it might not look like what we expect it to. Okay? So we're going to talk about that today. All right? I want to let you know a little bit about me first. I am a wife and a mother, two beautiful daughters. My husband and I been we were high school sweethearts. We've been together since 1997. Long time ago. Okay, and I worked as a mental health specialist and then a special education teacher. When I was a mental health specialist, I wanted to go into teaching because I saw that my students were struggling academically and behaviorally at the same time. We were addressing their behavior, but they still couldn't read, they still couldn't write and spell. They would act out when it was time for them to do tests, do homework, anything they could do to avoid it. So I was in my 20s. I was like 27 years old, and I was like, I think there's a link between their behavior in the classroom and the behavior when it's time to do their homework and everything, and their inability to function independently when it's time to do their work. Their inability to read the work on their own and do the work on their own. So I decided to go into teaching. And when I became a teacher, I combined behavior modification and growth and social skills and academic learning at the same time in my classroom and improve my students behaviorally and academically. And I'm still doing the same thing all these years later, okay? I'm really excited because as a mom, I also in the same thing, doing the same thing you're doing. I've grown my children, my own children, behaviorally and academically as well, okay? So we are in this together, okay? And we're not trying to be perfect. We're just working on getting better every single day, all right? Now, I want to talk to you about why, what it takes to create an achievement mindset for our children. In my tutoring coaching program, and it's not just in my tutoring coaching program, this has been since I started teaching, students have achieved wonderful things. And I have students in my program reading well above their grade level and doing advanced level math, okay, and then also excelling in sports, okay. I have my own daughter in the program, Maya, who is going into first grade, but she is reading on a fourth grade level. As a matter of fact, I put her in a reading program in Rutgers, Newark. That's my stomping ground, okay? That's where I went to school, y'all. I had a reading program, but she was in a second grade reading program, so I told them that she's an advanced reader. But she was too advanced for that grade, so the teacher assessed her, and now she's in a fourth grade reading program. Today, she got promoted in karate from a yellow belt to an orange belt, and they are amazed at her growth. My daughter Maya definitely has an achievement mindset, okay? And I asked her why did she think she progressed so fast in karate, and she said, "Mommy, because I saw the other kids wearing different colored belts, and orange belt and yellow belt and red belt." And she said, and I wanted that, so I decided to pay attention, follow directions, practice my karate moves. And it's true, she practiced her karate moves in her room, in the backyard. She taught herself how to do cartwheels, so we got to stop her from doing cartwheels in the house. But she's always cartwheeling. She learned that herself. She kept going at it until she got it. She's learned how to set goals and keep going until she achieves them. Okay, so that's the goal setting and achievement process. Now, let's talk about a couple of the things that we can do to develop this in all of our children. Because our children are amazing. They're champions. A lot of them don't know it yet. I feel like a lot of our kids nowadays especially receive too much help. I feel that they uh, receive assistance and things are made easy for them, and that robs them of the ability to think and figure things out. And when they don't have the ability to think and figure things out, then they are not accomplishing things on their own. And creating success on your own as a child, to be able to do that is an amazing feeling. So let's give it to them, okay? Can you pull up the checklist? So while we're getting up the checklist, we're going to go through a couple of the things. I'm out here scratching because I have mosquitoes out here. They're not too bad today because it's been a heat wave. My plants are suffering a little bit. You see, they're drooping. So we're watering them. It has rained recently, but when there's a lot of rain out here, the mosquitoes be out here. You hear me? They jump. I be getting jumped out here, and they be running in the house. But right now, they're not biting me. I don't know why. I have not one mosquito bite on me, but I'm still scratching. All right. So first things first. Take some time to think about, and it's gotta be customized. Think about what you want your child to accomplish. Take some time to think about what you want your child to accomplish, and with no limitations, okay? So be careful about saying, I would love my child to be able to focus better, but he has ADHD. Or I would love my child to be able to get at least a C, you know what I mean? Because he's failing, but at least if he can get a C, I'll be happy. With no limitations. There's no reason to believe that your child will not achieve what you want them to achieve, okay? And ask yourself this question. The goals I set for my child, is it going to be good for them? If you feel as a parent that you are setting a goal for your child that's going to grow them, that's going to make them feel good and proud of themselves, it's going to make them feel successful, then go ahead and set that goal. Set it as high as you want, okay? And make it customized. Look at your child right now and look at the areas where your child is struggling, okay? Look at the areas where your child is not doing their best. And look at the areas where your child keeps giving up. Those need to be priorities, okay? So set goals that you want your child to accomplish that you know they need to work on that's going to move them from point A to point B. And now imagine for a second how wonderful your child's life will be, how wonderful they feel about themselves and their accomplishment. Because we talk about growth journey, this is going to be a growth journey. It's not going to be, easy, so your child may resist, you know what I mean? But think about the outcome. That's your job. Because you know why? Because it's our job, because our children can't see in the end how amazing it's going to be. We don't even know, but we know it's going to be amazing, right? So set goals based on what your child needs to work on, that you want your child to accomplish. And don't be shy. Don't be shy about it. Don't hold back. Don't set limits, okay? Imagine if your child's struggling in the area, what life would be like for your child if they weren't struggling in that area. Now it's a goal. You don't have to know how it's going to be accomplished. All you got to know is you want better. So you've opened up your mind and your spirit to receive better, and also for your child to receive better, okay? That's the first tip. What do you want your child to accomplish, okay? Number 2, this is awesome. Have your child tell you what they want to accomplish. Have them write it down. Right? You write what you want them to accomplish as well. But have your child write down what they want to accomplish and hang it up. And then have discussions about it and talk about how amazing it's going to be when they accomplish it. Okay? And have them talk about what they think they need to do to get there. Okay? But now you have an action plan going. You have a needs-based action plan based off of what you think your child needs, what you want them to accomplish, what they're struggling, what you see as a parent, and then your child has their own insight. Okay, I've worked with lots of kids who have told me, I want to be able to read better, I want to be able to write better. Okay, because when I'm writing, I don't know how to spell a lot of words. You know what I mean? or it's hard for me to read, you know, and if I was able to read, I would get better grades. Like, these are the things that the kids say. So we definitely want their insight. The reason I want you to start with yourself is because I want you to get free your own mind from any limitations and design this thing, okay? Design these things from a mom's perspective, from a dad's perspective, okay? And set it up, because you're going to be the foundation for your child's growth, all right? So have them write down what they want to achieve, and ask them why. Why do you want to achieve that? Why did you choose that? And let them tell you. The conversation has started, so that means that it's already in motion. And that means your child's thinking is going to start changing, okay? Especially if they write it down and hang it up. So let me tell you something. You can say something, but if you hang it up and you see it, or your child sees it every time they go into the bathroom, or every time they walk out of their room, or every time they come home from school, they see it, it's going to dictate how they move, okay? It's going to open up their minds. It's going to have them think better. It's going to have them have faith. You know what I mean? There's no limit. We don't want to limit to their thinking as well. We don't want them saying, I can't, I don't know how. We want to work on that. So it's going to slowly work on their thinking and their mindset, and it's going to help them develop an achievement mindset, because anything's possible now, okay? And they don't have to think and force themselves to believe it, because every time they see it, or every time y'all talk about it, it's going to be something that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, that feels so good. It's still hot out here. All right? Next, this is a big one. And this is hard for a lot of parents today, because we got to do it. Remove distractions. There are a lot of distractions. There's a lot of distractions out there that's robbing your child of their creativity, of their confidence, of their focus. It's a lot. There's a lot of distractions out there, okay? So if they have iPads or cell phones, whatever, TV, remove them. You don't have to remove them totally, but what you can do is structure time where your child is being creative, where your child is thinking. Naturally, their creativity is going to come out when you remove those things, okay? So you can structure time for when they are going to be on those things, and you can structure time for them to be doing something else. For example, if my girls come out here and we're spending time in the garden, they're not on their phones. They're not, well, Maya doesn't have a phone, but they're not on the iPad or the laptops. Jazzy will be on her laptop. They're not doing none of that. They're not watching TV. They're not watching a show. And they're not even thinking about it. But what they are doing is connecting with nature. They are learning how to garden. They are seeing new food, you know what I mean, that's growing. Mine's very excited because we have a baby watermelon growing over on the side there, and it's getting bigger every day that she gets to watch that, you know what I mean? So we have to remove distractions and then replace it with something else, okay? You can even, if you want your child to learn something, you can even decide what you want them to watch on YouTube. They don't have to just sit on YouTube and then next video. That is a major distraction. We know it's adults. So I wanted Maya to watch about dinosaurs, learn about dinosaurs, and also sharks. She was asking me about Shark Week, okay? So that's what I put on for her. And I told her to sit in the living room, and then she learned so much. We had a conversation about it, and she was telling me so much. When she was a year old, she was fascinated with dinosaurs. She knew all the names of dinosaurs I haven't even heard of. But then as the years went on, she had other interests. So I decided to bring it back. And I told her what to watch that day. That's fine, okay? So remove the distractions, remove stuff that's not really growing your child. It's just entertainment. And look, this comes from other people's creativity, other people's thoughts, other people's opinions, other people's views. And the more that other people's ... is a part of your child's life, that leaves less room for them to grow and focus on their own achievement, their own goals, what they want out of life, okay? So remove them. They don't need to be on their phones all day. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be on my phone all day. Okay? Right? All right, so next one is have your child create a vision board. Okay? A vision board is so awesome for kids nowadays too. The first time I did a vision board, I was a grown up. I was an adult, into my 30s. That's the first time I created a vision board. But what if we decided to have our children create vision boards based on their goals? But we teach them, we tell them, we put the materials in front of them, and we tell them how vision boards go. You can cut out whatever you want. And here's some glue, you know what I mean, the stick glue. Here's some of this. Here's what magazines or what pictures do you want. Have them search themselves, and then let them sit there and then spend time just doing it. And they don't need us. You know what I mean? Their own creativity is going to come out, and then this is going to connect to this, and this thought's going to connect to this. You know what I mean? And this goal is going to connect here, and this is going to, get it flowing. All right? Have them create a vision board, get really immersed in it, and then step back, and then be like, wow, have painted up on the walls. Now, your children's walls are very important. Okay? What they hang on their walls in their room is going to determine how they're thinking. Okay? Things that bring them joy, of course, should be hung up there and make them feel good and relaxed and comfortable. But also their achievements. If they got like 100% on a spelling test, right? Or even if they got a higher grade, their highest grade they ever got, their first B, hang it up. Okay? Their goals, anything they want to achieve, any success that they already had, hang it up. Hang it up, and then have a success wall for them to be able to see all the time and add stuff to and move things around. Now you're really creating a growth and achievement environment in your child's room. Okay? All right, the next one is make a plan. And we kind of already talked about that. So the next thing, the biggest question you can ask is, what do you think you should do, or what do you think you need to do to accomplish that? Right? Ask them, and then move out of the way and let them think. Okay? Let them think and let them figure out what do I need to do? We all do that. This is what I want. What do I need to do to accomplish it? Because it's important to have goals, but we also need action. All right? And it's time that we get our children to understand that their action is a big part of their success. Like I said before, a lot of our kids are sitting around here waiting for somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it, right? Waiting for somebody else to do it, waiting for somebody to solve their problem, waiting for somebody to make it easier for them. Man, we were younger, we got our hands dirty, we figured it out. You know what I mean? We earned stuff. If you enjoyed that part of your childhood, if you think that part of your childhood has helped you as an adult today and help you become achievement focused and accomplish things, put it back. Make it a part of your child's life now, okay? And that's something I firmly believe. Listen, my students, I have high expectations for my students. I do not allow excuses at all, okay? And when it comes to tests, I'm giving quizzes every week, multiple quizzes to my students, and they're all different ages, okay? And they're learning how to study, they're learning how to do study groups, they learn how to study on their own, they're learning how to review, they learn how to look at their quiz results or the paper they just did and find their own mistakes and edit it, revise it, you know what I mean, revising it, do it again, send it back to see if they can improve their grade. Honey, always have your child focus on progress. Always have your child being aware of where they are right now and where they want to be. This is what we're doing in the program. With the quizzes, we're all focused on getting to 100, okay? So they can take the quiz and then look at their score, and then figure out, what they need to work on in order to conquer whatever part of the quiz they had trouble with, and then do it again. Take another quiz so that they can. And I told them that your job is to do better than you did last time. Isn't that life? Isn't that life? Things are not perfect the first time. We don't figure things out 100% the first time. I'm always trying something new. And I'm always stumbling and making mistakes along the way, okay? But getting up and having the courage and the determination to go at it again and keep going, okay? Until you reach your goal is amazing. It's needed, not just for us, but for our children, honey. Our children need it too. And this is what they're learning. And I've never seen kids so focused on their test results. Okay. Hey, Denise, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm out here scratching because I'm used to the mosquitoes, but mosquito didn't bite me yet. This is phantom mosquito bites. I'm scratching. No, there are no mosquitoes biting me. It just feels like that because I'm used to. The last couple times I went out here, honey, they tore me up. Okay, I ran back in the house. Oh my gosh! But that's an important part of achievement, development, achievement mindset for our kids. Because Denise, I'm talking about the kids in the program who are focused on getting to 100 on their quizzes, and they're so focused on their grades, and they're like, this is what I'm hearing from them. Miss Sharita, they text me, Miss Sharita, I submitted my quiz. Can you take a look at it? Because they want to know their score, okay? And Miss Sharita, can I take the quiz today? All right? If we studying and they feel like, oh, I'm starting to get this now, and I'm like, okay, class is almost over. On Tuesday, we're going to take the quiz. And they're like, can I take it now? Can I take it today? Okay? They are achievement oriented. They have an achievement mindset, okay? So this is what we want. And we want kids to develop that sense of, I'm going to work on this, and whatever happens, this is where I'm at right now, but this is not where I'm going to stay, because I'm going to go at it again. I'm going to learn something. I'm going to grow. I'm going to take what I learned the last time. I'm going to master that, and I'm going to learn something new. And I'm going to keep going until I hit my goal. This is what we want, because this is in life. We got to teach them this now, okay? I have a garden behind me, but I made a lot of mistakes. I've learned a lot, okay? So this is what we need to teach our children. So far we got helping your child develop an achievement mindset. We got, what do you want your child to accomplish? Have your child write about what they want to achieve. Have them write about it. And remove all the distractions. I'm going to give you an example of that real quick. This whole program, the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute, I've tutored and coached so many students and their moms over the last 2 years. This program came about because my phone broke and I didn't have a phone for 2 days. 2 days, and I built this program in 2 days because I did not have my phone, because I was not in my phone all the time. Imagine what your child's life is going to be like if you get them to take a break away from devices. It could be for a day, it could be for a certain amount of hours each day where they're not focused on their devices. You know what I mean? What is your child trying to achieve? Or where's your child? Yeah, the distractions are getting in the way. What do they always want to achieve? What do they always want to accomplish? But they don't have enough time because their focus and their creativity is being sucked away in these devices. Come on, if we want to focus on achievement, we gotta have them. We gotta remove the distractions. Have your child create a vision board, make a plan, and then teach your child to be independent, and then get out of the way. This is by far probably one of the most difficult things for parents to do. This is it's very difficult for me. Very difficult for me when I was a mother the first time. I'm very good at teaching kids how to be independent and focus on goals and achieving goals. And I've been this way for a very long time. But when I became a mother, one of the mistakes that I made was to do everything for my daughter. Like, I thought being a good mother was to be there every second, do everything for her, make it easier. And now I understand the best thing I can do for as a mother is, of course, be there, care for my children, love on them. What's this? Oh, I said their name too much. They just came around the mosquitoes trying to jump me. Get out of here. Yeah, I care about my children. I love to take care of them. I love to feed them. Okay, I love to cook for them and feed them. You know, so many different things that I do with my children. But I've learned now that the best thing that I need to do as a mom is, while I'm taking care of them, I'm also teaching them how to take care of themselves. Okay? Well, so that when they get older, they can be more independent. But things that they're supposed to be doing themselves, teach them how, and then step out of the way and expect them to do these things themselves. That's what I've learned this time. And this time around as a parent, this is my second child. I have 2 children. It's a 10-year gap. I made a lot of mistakes the first time by overcompensating, doing too much, worrying too much, making it easy, giving too much without requiring my baby to earn stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And now this is night and day, the difference, okay? So I understand why my youngest daughter is achieving so much, why she is so focused on achievements, and why she's functioning way above her grade level, and also getting promoted so fast in karate, is because I have focused on teaching her how to achieve goals, and I also have high expectations for her. I also challenge her constantly, but then I move out of the way and let her think and figure things out. Okay? So that's very important. Teach them to be independent and then move out of the way and watch your work, honey. And really watch their work, because once you pass the ball, we don't have any idea how far they would go, because it's what you taught them, but it's also their own determination, their own personality, what they want to achieve, their own personal goals, mixed in there together with the ability, since you have moved out of the way and given them the power to think and figure things out. Mixed with that, this, honey, really, we don't know how far. We're going to be amazed. We all do this with our children, okay? All right, and this is the last one, okay? Acknowledge progress along the way. Always acknowledge progress, even if it's a little progress. Acknowledge progress along the way. Our children need self-awareness. They need awareness. They need to be aware of their progress, aware of what they need to work on. Okay? We need to tell them. We need to praise them, but we also need to tell them what they need to work on so that they can grow to the next level. Okay? We need to acknowledge along the way when they've made progress, so that progress becomes something they crave. The students in my program crave that progress, okay? I have kids in my program that, like I said, function way above their grade level. I have kids in my program that were struggling a lot in school and functioning below their grade level and didn't know the basics of literacy and math. And now they have mastered that, and then they are working and conquering challenges on their grade level and above their grade level, because they have self-determination, self-motivation, and telling me, Sharita, I studied this, I found a video to work on this math, so I studied that so that I could do this quiz. You know what I mean? So that I can get 100. Like, that's already in their student that I'm talking about. That's already in him. But all I did was provide an environment where we have higher standards. Of course, I'm equipping him along the way. I helped him achieve many successes in the beginning that he didn't think he could do. And now he's hungry for that. So no matter what There's nobody in here that when I say, okay, it's quiz day, they're like, oh, nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. You know, my older students have 3 quizzes in one day. They're not complaining. You know, they're doing their quiz. They're like, okay, and they're studying. Okay. So one more bonus I want to give you is, so when you do a plan and you give your child time to think and figure it out, when they think and figure things out, it's going to be coming from a foundation that we have provided. Okay. So while I'm teaching my students math, they're also learning how to search for videos that you know, and how to watch the video and study. How to, instead of just watching the video, watching the person who's doing the video do the tutorial and then try to do it from that, they're very actively participating in the video and studying along the way and checking themselves instead of waiting for him to tell the answer. So they are being equipped to conquer any math, okay, by that strategy and other strategies that I'm teaching them. So we equip them, but when it's time for them to take their quiz, I turn off my camera so that they understand that it's them, okay? I watch them and then they do their quiz. When I tell you how focused they are, because that has nothing to do with me. It's not me trying to make them focus, me trying to make them do their quiz. They are focused on their own achievements. I wish I can convey to y'all what that is like watching these kids. I wish, and your kids have that in them too, okay? If they just focus on their own achievement and they start to get used to being successful. But equipping them by teaching them how to study, teaching them how to organize their day, teaching them how to set up an action plan for a goal they want. You know what I'm saying? Teach them the structure of it. But then once you teach them the structure and you provide that foundation, when you step out of the way, it starts to work on its own. This is the power of teaching our children to function independently. Hello, Kelly. Welcome. Welcome. We are talking about teaching our children, helping our children develop an achievement mindset. This is when we do that, we provide the foundation, we equip them, and then we step back and require for them to figure it out. Now they have to take everything we taught them, and put it together to figure something out. And the growth that you'll see when our kids have the ability to do that after they've been equipped, after you put those standards in place, after you put those structures in place, after you have put the structure in place, after you have removed excuses, okay? After you put a routine in place that they must follow, after you've given them responsibilities, that should be on here too. Another part of the checklist should be give them responsibilities, honey. After they have responsibilities, you put that all in place and watch them now take it and create something beautiful and be determined that now they're like, I know I'm going to be able to achieve that. All I have to do is, you know what I mean? All I have to do, once your child learns how to achieve goals and they've done it a couple of times and been successful, they put that mess on repeat. That's all they need to do. And my action plans for my students, we're doing some, we've done already, done some action plan reviews with mom. It's different from the original action plan. So their goals that they achieve are not included in the next action plan because they've achieved them already. So first they might have a long list of things they need to achieve in math. They may have a long list of things they need to achieve in literacy and behavior, right? But then every time you do the action plan, the list gets smaller and smaller and smaller because they are achieving it. Any student that is experiencing that and also looking at their goals and saying, this is what I mastered this, I've mastered this, I mastered this, I mastered this, I conquered that, I'm still working on that, but I'm close. They have mastered the goal setting and achievement process. Then they know what it's like to achieve goals, and it's easy. So when we create an achievement mindset for our children, a big part of that is them learning how to set goals and keep going until they conquer them, and be able to get that success under their belt, and then, like, okay, if it happened this time, I could do it again, and I could do it again, and I could do it again, and I could do it again, I could do it again. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I absolutely love it. So, but the first thing, like I said, you decide what you want your child to accomplish. Don't worry about what nobody else says. Don't worry about what people say for children like your child. There's nobody like your child. That's your baby. They're different. Okay? Whatever you want your child to accomplish, write it down. And then ask your child what they want to accomplish. Y'all put that together. Put a plan together. Okay? Let your child be very vocal. And what they are. That's the structure. Let your child be very vocal in what they want to achieve and how they think they need to achieve it. Okay? What they think they should do. Just to get those juices flowing, get to open up their minds, get them thinking. That's a big part of the process. You can add stuff, but really listen to them talk to start this thing off. Really listen to them talk. Listen to what they want to accomplish, why, how they think they're going to get there, what's the first thing they're going to do, and then watch your child grow. Okay? So if you want your child to function above grade level, even if they are below grade level right now, still write it down. Okay, now it's a beat. It's a beat, a flyer around me. Still write it down. If you want your child to improve their behavior, maybe they throw tantrums. Even if they throw tantrums every day, write it down. Okay? If you want your child to get A's, and if some of y'all scared to put that, don't be scared. Okay? Write it down. Even if they're getting F's right now, write it down. Okay? And have high expectations for your child. Okay? Listen, I've made the mistakes where I see a lot of parents making today. A lot of parents I see today are doing too much and not expecting too little from their children. Giving their children whatever their hearts desire without expecting them to do something to earn it. Okay? Solving their kids' problems. Making things easy for them. I was doing that when nobody else was doing it. I had my own hang-ups as a mom. I was worried. I was worried that I wouldn't be a good mom. You understand what I'm saying? I was worried. I was so worried about messing it up that I overcompensating. I was overcompensating so bad. Like it was terrible. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I know better. You know. I'm the oldest of 7 children. I've been working with children and being around children and helping raise children, take care of children since I was a kid. I knew better. But I had mom guilt, and that mom guilt ate at me. And the mistakes that I made, you know, then I see a lot of parents doing now. It's common now. It's a regular way to do things now for some people. Okay? And the kids don't have enough guidance. They're acting out. They don't have a good work ethic. I'm not saying all kids, but if this does apply and you want something better, I'm talking to you, okay? Now, don't have enough work ethic, not doing chores, you know, on their devices too much, not focused on grades, don't really care about their grades, you know what I mean? Expecting the teacher to keep giving them extensions, handing this stuff way past the due date, having the teacher chase them down. You understand what I'm saying? Like our kids need to be shaped up, okay? And I have a lot of students like that come into my program at first, and then they turn into way better students. They are focused on their own achievement. You know, they're studying. You know, they're improving their behavior. They're improving their focus. Okay, the teacher is giving really good reports. when I look at their diagnostics, right, and I look at their reading scores, uh, and math scores in school, right, when I meet with the teachers, it's increasing. You know what I'm saying? So if your child is in that spot, like it's temporary. That's not where they're gonna stay. That's just where they are right now, based off of the journey that they've been on. Redirect, redirect, and that means redirect yourself as a mom, because I had to do it. I had to give my own self a kick in the behind. Don't feel like if you are tough on your child, or if you are expecting from your child have a high expectation, you being too tough on them, you being too rough on them. Ask yourself, is this what my child needs? Will they be better off if they stop this, and replaced it with something else? You know what I mean? Follow your gut. Follow your gut. All right? Because I know, as a mom, and I know how you feel. I made a lot of mistakes, and I am working to fix a lot of those mistakes now, and I'm seeing a lot of growth and success beyond my wildest dreams since I've done this. Okay, so let your child be the champion that they were always meant to be. Okay, by focusing on an achievement mindset. You got this, y'all. I want to thank y'all so much for hanging out today. If anybody have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section. If you just want to say hi, leave them in the comment section as well. Thank you so much for joining. Also, send us a message, a messenger. You can do that as well. With your questions, or if you would like to meet with me for tutoring or coaching questions, or just to talk about this topic for a little bit, then you can send us a message. We'll send you a link, and I'll join. I'll be here for a little bit longer, and we can chit chat. All right? Thank you so much. Believe in yourself. Believe in your child, honey. And always remember that growth is unlimited. So get started. You got this. I love y'all so much. Peace.